Hi everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about a really exciting opportunity which is unique on the market and has proven a business track record stretching over a decade, which can offer some very handsome returns indeed, in my opinion. This is not your typical online business. This is really hot, which with a ready-made market worth literally billions, and which actually probably most of you listening to this video are actually already part of. If you want a stable income, then make sure you sit back and listen carefully to this video, as this is a real business which will take you to places for a very long time indeed. I'm going to be talking about a company called Alisen ADM. Now, some of you are members and some of you possibly are seeing this video for the first time and hearing this name for the first time. But what is Alisen anyway? What's the difference between Alisen and all the other opportunities which are found online? First of all, Alisen is an online and offline opportunity. We're going to be covering a lot of this in detail later, so I'm just going through this very briefly to give you an idea of what to expect from this video. It's a crowdfunding meant to expand company and help it achieve its objectives. So you're actually taking part in a crowdfunding opportunity, and you're going to profit from that. Contributors share company profits and may own company shares. Again, we'll go into that in more detail later. Earn by being passive. Earn commissions through social compensation plan. Earn bonuses through helping the business expand. Or earn one-time lump sum earnings. Finder's fees by finding a company who wants to be to buy the machinery and products. Now, as I said, this is a real company. It's a real bricks and mortar business, and you can visit any time. Now, when I was introduced to this, that's exactly what I did. I wanted to see for myself that this company isn't some company which is here today and gone tomorrow, but has been established for a long time, like they said, and has real assets, real credibility, a real reputation. Because in my opinion, a company can say a lot of things, but the only thing separating a company from being long-lasting is its own reputation and real assets which it has. So I actually went to China, to Xiamen in Fujian province, to see for myself. And this is the building which they own. It's the Operations Warehouse Technology Research and Development Center. It's a 5-story building. I think they operate on 4, so they don't actually own the entire building, but they've got quite a large stretch of it. You can visit anytime you want. This is just one of the places. On the inside, these are some photos which I took. On the left, this is the machinery they have. They sell this machinery. Now, you're not expected to sell anything, not expected to sell machinery or any of their products, but we'll go into that into more detail later. For now, I'm just briefing you what there is. These are the machineries. They've actually got 3 machines which are custom made for the company. This is their warehouse here. More about the warehouse, and this is a sample of their tires on display, and you can touch the rubber stuff, which we'll go into again later. But you can physically go there, touch with your fingers, get your fingers stuck in their rubber, and you'll see this is all for real. Now, while I was there, they opened up a new headquarters, which is the building you're seeing in the background. I was lucky enough to be there for the opening. And it's the Alisen ADM headquarters, and it doubles up as a Jingmao VIP headquarters and operations center. Again, we'll go into what Jingmao is, but I just wanted you to see right now that this is for real. You know, they've got a lot of buildings, etc. This is on the inside of the Alisen ADM headquarters. The first 3 photos is day 1 when I went, and it was a day before the actual opening. As you can see, it's nice and clean and quite luxurious, really. So there wasn't much activity here, but on the next day, the following day, there was the actual opening, and they had some people invited. And as of that, the day after, it started operating properly. They also have a number of workshops. What they do is they have like a franchising system. Probably franchising is possibly the wrong word to use. It's more like a brand licensing. They've got quite a few of these shops around Xiamen at the moment. Their target is to have 200 such workshops across the country by mid-2017, and they want to have 2,000 by the end of 2018. Now, there's a reason for that, which we will go into later. But right now, I think they've got about 60 or 70 of these workshops, and one or two opening up daily. People signing contracts daily. And I can tell you now, we had our first one signing up within our team in Malaysia. Just this week, they signed a contract with Alisen to open up this kind of workshop here. So again, this is the same workshop I showed you earlier. More photos. This is the internal of the workshop, their reception area. They've also got an area at the back office. At the back of the office, where they hold little seminars for potential new members to join. Now, it's worth going into how this works at this point. When somebody is interested in opening up one of these workshops, then they are given the right to have the Yuluda brand, and they can also become they can sponsor people to become members, and that creates quite an industry. We'll go back into this in more detail later, though. So let's talk a little bit about the company profile, because that's probably what most of you are here for. You want to make sure that this is a real company. So the company name is Xiamen Automotive Technology Company Limited. That's the mother company. The Technology Research and Development Center is located in the Xiamen High-Tech Zone industrial area. That's where I visited. I visited that about 2 weeks ago. It also operates as a sales center of technology-based joint stock companies. Since its establishment in 2005, that's 11 years ago, the company has made patent applications for nearly 20 inventions and utility models. The company owns all related products with independent intellectual property rights. At the end of 2014, the company introduced its flagship product, which offers a new generation of road tire safety upgrade system. The product is a self-repair organic membrane, which drastically reduces the probability of punctures, air leaks, noise, and tire blowout. The product sold under the Yuluda brand is patent protected. There is no such other product. You might see some products which are spray products which claim to protect against punctures, but the way they work is very different. Just bear in mind that this one requires machinery, so the machinery ensures that the lining of the tire is done properly, and the distribution of the material is probably done to balance the tire. Spray products don't have that fallback, so you might spray it on and think it's an easy way of applying protection, but ultimately whether the tire remains well balanced or not, and whether it's properly protected, well, is anybody's guess, because nobody's bothered to take off the tire and do it properly. Okay, so anyway, in September 2015, the company listed on the XMEE, Cross Strait Equity Exchange, and that's their stock code there. The stock code is 861111, and you can go and look it up. And completed the entrustment of the company equity on the XMEE exchange. Now, what this means is that XMEE is responsible for the future listing on the Chinese and Taiwan stock market. for the pre-IPO, IPO, and eventual stock listing. You've got their office addresses here if you want to do any more research or just simply want to catch the next flight out and have a look for yourself. There's the service lines down here, their customer service phone number, another phone number over here, technical service, and the website for the tire tire products. Let's talk a little bit about that. The tire products. It's known as Yoluda. It is owned by Alisen, which in turn the entire company is owned by this Xiamen Automotive Technology Company Limited. Okay, so there's that's the mother company. Then they've got 3 brands which we can talk about in this presentation. They also do joint ventures, etc. But we're not going to go into that because that's currently not part of this program. First of all, some more photos. It's always nice to see pictures of real things. So that is the reception area over here. I met this pretty girl here. She's the receptionist. This is the owner of the company sitting on his desk. That's the, I don't know, probably accounts or something like that. Anyway, the operations. And that's the office space. This is within that large building I showed you previously, the development and research facility. This is their factory. I did not visit the factory because it's in another province, but it's also owned by Yoluda. This is where they make all the rubber membrane. The rubber incidentally comes from Thailand. Then it is processed in this place using the patent protected models they have. This guy here, he is the brains behind the machinery. He invented the machinery for the company. As I said, it's all proprietary owned. There are no other machines like these around in the market. They're made especially for Yoluda. And the process basically is they put the rubber, which you're seeing in this guy's hands here, into this thing. That melts it, and then via compressed air, they line the internal of the tire. So you're seeing all the different machines here. They've got 3 types, as I said. One is larger than the other one. I believe this is the largest one they have. They have been selling on Alibaba for a very long time. 11 years. They're an 11-year trusted supplier of Alibaba on the Chinese market. So to see their listing, you've got the website over here. It's 1688.com. That is actually the Alibaba group in China. Now, if you're skeptical and you don't believe that is the Alibaba group, then you can just look it up on Wikipedia. Put the link over here, and you will see that on the Alibaba group on Wikipedia, they're saying that 1688 is the actual Alibaba group. This is the photo of their certification on the XMEE Cross-Strait Equity Exchange. As I said, you got the number here. You've got a picture of their plaque over here. These are just photos of the actual presentation and listing. This guy is the owner. Very young guy, very smart, down to earth, very pleasant to talk to, although I had to have an interpreter because he doesn't speak English and I obviously don't speak Chinese. You can read more about the Cross-Strait Equity Exchange by following this link over here. This is how it's done, basically. I saw the process of it being done, but I'll explain it to you here because I don't actually have a video. So you take your car into one of the Yoluda garages. They take off your tire, then they'll put your tire into one of these machines and they add this rubber into it. They basically line the internal of the tire. Now, they will only line up to this part here. And that's because there is, up to this part here. That's because there is, this is where most of the damage is done. And this area of the tire is very, it's not very strong. So they don't touch this part because they don't want to cause any damage. They will only line up to around here, and that's basically what people have to worry about. If there's damage here, your tire is as good as ruined. So you should change your tire. But over here, your tire can be saved. As I said earlier, the machine developed exclusively for Yoluda, and the polymer organic rubber is patent protected. This is the rubber here. How it works, it's an auto-healing substance. So once your tire is sprayed, it creates like a film on the inside, a thick film, which is about 1 or 2 inches thick. So once a sharp object penetrates the tire, the organic polymer rubber will instantly seal the damaged area, prevents punctures by perfectly aligning the inner tire, preventing tire blowout. And this is very important, guys, because tire blowout is responsible for 46% of all traffic accidents. And a large number of those traffic accidents result in fatalities or serious injury. So this product isn't just a money maker, it's a true lifesaver, which I think is a very good thing to be associated with, frankly. It also saves on fuel because loss of air pressure, as you know, deflates the tire and thus increases road resistance. Then that road resistance creates friction, which results in your car needing to use more fuel to thrust it forward. So if there is no loss of air or less, then you're actually saving on fuel. It also reduces the noise. During high speed, the rubber reduces tire vibration and thus makes for a smoother drive and noise reduction. The polymer organic memory rubber is a self-healing, patent-protected polymer organic memory rubber. It's applied on the inside, as I said. The machine guarantees a perfectly applied and aligned application of the rubber. The products are certified by SGS. Now, this is extremely important because SGS is the international standard of safety and also quality. So you want to make sure that any product you're using on your vehicle is up to international standards, and this substance is certified to be up to international standards. These are the certificates from SGS. These are photos, unfortunately, are all in Chinese, but anybody wanting an English version can get one upon request. And you can read more about SGS by following this link below. These are the patent certificates 1 and 2. They have a certificate of utility model patent and a certificate of design patent. They also have a PICC underwritten technology product, but the PICC is actually an insurance, but unfortunately it only applies in China. However, it's in this presentation because there's one important thing. An insurance would never insure a company against something which is unreliable, of course, as you know. There's a lot of things a company has to do to get insured in the best times. So imagine a company insuring against any damages a driver might incur due to the failure of the product. PICC insures that. For the international audience, if there is somebody who's going to have a master license as to be a national or local distributor of Yuluda, then maybe they should apply for similar insurance, which shouldn't be a problem given that PICC is already doing that. Okay, some more pictures. This is Yuluda participating in a motor fair. They participate in quite a few motor fairs and exhibitions, and there's huge interest. I don't have a picture of this, unfortunately, but the Chinese military at the moment is also interested in applying the Yuluda lining inside the tires of their military vehicle for obvious reasons, especially when we're talking about the off-road vehicles. They can get substantial tire damage, and so they'd rather have something which protects their vehicles and from any damages, etc. These are some more shops over here. These are the people who now own. They're the proud owners of these workshops. Yuluda calls them the tire safety upgrade system. And basically any member who's at a 4-star level can own one of these licensed branding shops, and they're quite lucrative. There's quite a substantial profit to be made from these shops. You don't have to be a tire expert. In fact, some of the owners over here, they never dealt with tires at all, but they do employ tire professionals, the people who know how to actually change punctures, etc., because it's quite a skilled job. This is another opening and another one. They've got quite a few stores already. And part of our job is to expand this company and let it grow. And these are more events over here. They take part in quite a few events, safety events, presentations, so on and so forth. More events, more shop openings. I just wanted to put in a lot of pictures over here because I think pictures speak for themselves, and it's important to see what's going on. This is another company. This is the Jingmao VIP. It opened recently during the, as I told you when I went to that opening over there. Now Jingmao is a online shopping mall at the moment. They sell their own branded products as well as third-party source products. It aims to have thousands of products for sale to both members and non-members. Recently opened mall and products being added daily. They've got this very good looking watch, very expensive watch actually as well, but it's quite high tech. Their own products, they're quite refined products which they have under the Alisen brand. It's not any Tom, Dick and Harry's cheapy stuff. So they do ensure that anything they sell is of high quality because, as I said, they have a reputation to uphold. So they really want to make sure everything they do is top notch. These are durable luggage systems, and by the way, this photo was actually taken in their Malaysia office. They have an office which they opened up in Malaysia recently. There was a soft launch, but it's still yet to officially open. The Malaysia office will take care of their trading platform, which we'll go into later. But these two suitcases here, they're also Alisen products. Now, Cyclo has endorsed the Yuluda product. Cyclo, I think, is a petrol lubricant. So at the back of this, you can't see it in this photo, but they've actually got the Yuluda logo on their Max 44 product. You can go and see all these products in the jingmaovip.com website. So, having said all that, what's actually in it for you, and how do you become involved, and why should you get involved? Well, the first thing is, why does the company crowdfund? If you join Alisen, you're taking part in their crowdfunding venture. When a company seeks to expand, it obviously needs recapitalization. Now, bear in mind, in one of my previous slides, I said that they want to expand to 2,000 workshops by the end of 2018, and there is a reason for that. By the end of 2018, they want to list Yuluda on the stock exchange, not the XMEE, which they're already listed on, but the stock exchange. Okay, and as you all know, I mean, a stock exchange can really increase a company's value like 20, 30, 40, 50 times fold. And in order to achieve this expansion very rapidly, because there isn't much time left for until 2018, they had to find a solution. And one of the solutions is crowdfunding. Now, it's not just about recapitalization, but there's a lot more. So many companies will get loans from a bank, but crowdfunding, which has become very common since 2008 banking crisis, has many more benefits. In Alisen's case, it raises the necessary capitalization it seeks to expand. They don't need to get a bank loan if they've got people crowdfunding it. It creates a network of partners and fairly compensates them for their contribution. Imagine how much money McDonald's had to pay in terms of marketing just to have all the franchises it has today opening up, or perhaps Burger King or Boots or any other franchise you can think of. Via the network marketing aspect, Alisen figured out, well, it doesn't really want to pay the cost in advertising and would rather fairly compensate me, you, and anybody who joins in Alisen for spreading the word. And that's pretty much what we're going to get paid for spreading the word and help the company expand. So the contributors, i.e. you, me, and whoever joins, in turn use the power of network marketing to raise awareness of the product. So I'm already speaking to you about the product. In my first few slides, I was telling you about the product and how it can save lives and how you won't have to worry about puncture blowouts and punctures. Now, if you do the same, you're raising awareness for that product. The more people become aware, the more people are going to ask, where can I get that product for? And believe me, when I say that retailers, puncture shops, etc., will want to know where they can get that product from to sell to you. And this awareness will grow the demand, thus leading third-party businesses interest in becoming suppliers of the product. So those suppliers will now speak to you, the member, and ask you where you can get it, and then you can in turn sell them a license for them to become brand license owners in their territory, and open up a Yoluda shop selling the Yoluda product, and the machinery. They will do that, not you. All you have to do, if you want, and this is optional, is find a store. Whether you do that or not, you're still going to earn, because somebody else is going to do it, whether it's you or anybody else. Somebody's going to approach these shops, or the shops are going to approach Alisen directly, and the demand is going to grow, and it is that demand which you are going to profit from. So more retail outlets stock the product, thus expanding the company, which was the original aim in the first place. So the crowdfunding is going to help the company not only get the funds it needs, but spread the word, raise awareness, and expand its license-based shops across not only China but internationally, which is what they want to do. Crowdfunding is just a cost-effective way of doing business and guarantees exponential growth. So they offer the ultimate social compensation plan, where you share in the company's profit by raising awareness and expanding the business internationally. If you crowdfund the project, you are compensated for your support and efforts by sharing in the profit pool. As a crowdfunder, you are also given the option to own company shares when Yoluda lists on the stock exchange. Their target listing is end of 2018. So what I'm saying here is you are compensated for the company growth while the company is growing. Their platform has 5 ways, which we'll go into, 5 ways of how you can earn, but you earn via the company's growth, and you don't need to sell anything. You don't need to go to a shop. You don't need to sponsor. But of course, if you do, first of all, you're going to earn more money, and secondly, you're helping the company very much, not just financially, but then you're also helping it raise awareness. So as I said, you've got 5 ways to earn. 100% passive through shares, that's optional. They intend to list by the end of 2018, as I said, and you can choose to own and retain company equity until that date, and then have them converted into IPO. Now, that's a risk, obviously, because you never know what happens during an IPO, I have to tell you from now. There's no guarantee it will even get into IPO, but if it does and it's a success, you can earn lots and lots of money just through the listing, and then sell the shares on the stock exchange. If it does not make it, if it doesn't reach the 2,000 stores by the end of 2018, the company will guarantee to buy back your equity from you. So you won't lose anything, you just won't make much profit, because the company will buy back the equity at the price you bought it for. I think it's a very good idea to diversify and keep some equity for the pre-IPO. It's a risk worth taking when you see what other innovative companies have become today, with Alibaba going up like 1,000% and stuff like that. So you could potentially have a lot of capital coming into your way through the IPO. Number 2 is 100% through equity. This you're given immediately upon joining. You're given equity, and you can trade, buy and sell it on the platform. There's no need to wait for 2018. You can sell it for a profit. Practically, you can start selling immediately, but if you want to make profit, you should wait, obviously, like anything in life. You can earn by introducing new members via the social compensation earnings. That's optional. So if you introduce somebody, there's commissions you will earn. We'll speak about that later. You can earn by brand licensing new businesses. As I said before, if you find a business which is interested in becoming a branding, owning the brand, then you have, as a member, you have the license to sell a brand license for them to open up and represent Yoluda in the territory they're in. And you learn on that as well, obviously. And then you can also earn by selling machinery and products. And what this means is, if there is an established shop who does not want to have Yoluda as a brand name, they can choose to do so. They just buy the machinery and products, and you in turn will get a finder's fee. Again, all the items marked with an asterisk are optional. The only thing which isn't optional, and you don't particularly want optional, is to have is number 2, which will give you 100% passive income. Okay, so as soon as you join, you'll get number 2. And the rest of the points are all optional. Let's talk a little bit about the passive earnings via the shares. So this is already set in motion. It's entrusted to XMEE, Cross Strait Equity Exchange, as we saw previously. The IPO target is end of 2018. For them to reach that target, they are required to have 2,000 Yoluda stores nationally. And if the target is not achieved by the end of 2018, the company will buy back your equity at the price you bought it for, as I mentioned previously. The other way of earning is passive earnings through the equity. Earn passively just by being a crowdfunder. So the moment you put in any form of money, you'll get equity and hold it and then sell it and so on and so forth and profit that way. You'll receive ADM, which is the equity, which you may buy and sell on Alisen ADM platform when you want. You will get paid in Bitcoin or in Litecoin. There are more options on the way, but right now it's Bitcoin or Litecoin. ADM value increases over time depending on company performance and growth. It is not like other programs which depend basically on new members coming in. And I want to make an emphasis over here. The ADM value is dependent on the company performance. So the more of this rubber is sold to clients, high street clients, the more licensed brand licensed stores open across China and the world, the more machinery and rubber is sold through to companies which don't want to use the brand but still require the machinery. The more sales they have through their shopping mall, and the more crowdfunding there is, the more the ADM value increases. It is 100% performance based. Okay, ADM experience equity splits depending on the company performance as well. So there's 2 things to take in mind. The price of each equity will only increase depending on the performance. There's nothing fixed. We don't know how much is going to increase tomorrow or the day after or the day after that. And we don't know when these equity splits will be, because everything is dependent on performance, which is the way it should be in any serious business. Okay, we don't want to be involved in something which is dependent on people coming in. We want something which is genuine, which has a real business backing, and where we will benefit upon the company performing. It also incentivizes us to support the company even more, because the more successful the company is, the more successful we will be. I also want to say a word or two about Bitcoin or Litecoin. A lot of people they're skeptical about Bitcoin or Litecoin. This is something we actually asked for. I think it's very important in this day and age where there's governments clamping down on bank accounts for no apparent reason whatsoever, where you've got restrictions of money movements coming in, where you've got negative interest rates coming in. I think it's important to diversify away from the banks and hold your money elsewhere. And Bitcoin and Litecoin is a very good way of doing it, because you receive that payment in Bitcoin or Litecoin. And in Bitcoin's case, for sure, You can still get an ATM card and withdraw money from any ATM around you. I've got one myself, so you can just transfer the Bitcoin to the Mastercard which you have, and then just take cash out. You can buy things with Bitcoin. You can diversify Bitcoin to gold, etc., etc. I think it's a very, very good and clever way of paying people out. And you know, for anybody who's still skeptical about Bitcoin, I would very seriously encourage you to look into it as a means of diversifying your portfolio, because in today's age, I personally really don't trust the banks at all. So anyway, that's a little bit off topic, but I just wanted to touch on that. Okay, the social compensation plan you can earn by introducing people to Alisen ADM and Yoluda. It's got attractive bonuses, which we'll talk about later, and it works on a binary plan. I'm not going to go into explaining what the binary plan is in this one, but I will be talking about the bonuses. Brand licensing, you can help the company expand in your region by offering Yoluda to established or new tire service companies, or by opening up a service station yourself. Have the licensed office become a member in your downline, and earn from the commissions received by all the members the licensed service company brings in. So this is like having, imagine you've got a license to open up a McDonald's shop, to find a client who wants to open up a McDonald's shop within your area, and every single client who goes to McDonald's to buy a burger becomes a member within your downline, and for each transaction they make, you earn a profit. How does that sound? I mean, that's you know, it's a mind-blowing concept. So what Yoluda does is, each time somebody goes to the tire service, they are given a free membership with Alisen, and that membership is profit for you, because you will get a cut of that membership, a commission, depending on what their entry level is and whether they upgrade or not. So the entry level would be $100. That's what they're given for free. But then they might want to upgrade because they see the potential in it, and you'll keep getting residual income from that. It's a new passive way of earning money. And then there's the machines and product earnings. As I said before, if there's a shop which doesn't want to have the Yoluda brand or be associated by it, but still wants the machinery, well, then you've got another way of earning some money if you want to. You can sell the machinery and the product and earn a one-time fee, which could be $1,000, $2,000, depends on how much they're going to be spending. So this is a little bit about the social compensation plan here. They've got 6 level entries, starting from $110, which is here, all the way up to $5,500. The 10% you're seeing here, this 110, that 10 is an added 10% because their compensation plan is actually in Chinese yuan, but because of the exchange rate, we had to add an extra 10%. Now, when you join, they do have a ratio platform, so they'll take 52% of your joining fee in case of a 1-star, and put that towards your account. The rest of the money goes into their crowdfunding platform, and it also causes sustainability as well. So for 1-star, you get 5% direct referral commissions, you get a matching bonus of 5%, you get a leader's bonus of 0.5%, 3 levels deep, and a manager's bonus 2 levels deep of 2%. You can withdraw daily of $100. So if you're making profit, you can make a daily withdrawal of $100. Your maximum account limit, ADM, these are ADM, not dollars, is of 2,000 ADM. So each ADM might cost anything between 20 cents to 40 cents. You can have a maximum in that account of 2,000 ADM, and the maximum lifetime earning in that package of ADM is 5,000. So as soon as that account reaches 5,000, it maximum throughout its lifetime, it cannot earn any more. So what you would do is basically take your profit and open up a new account with a new package or one of these. Okay, so I'm not going to go through everything. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but for 2-star, 53% goes towards your account, and so on, 54, 56, so on and so forth. These are the direct referral commissions for all the levels, the matching bonuses for all the levels, etc., etc. Now, one thing over here, when you want to sell, unlike other platforms, which you have to keep an eye on, ADM has an auto sell, so you don't really need to worry about figuring out when to sell, etc. Just set it up once and the system will just automatically sell for you, and then you can make your withdrawals. For passive earners, you can earn up to 13.5 times from levels 1 to level 5. And for level 6, your account can earn up to 17.5 times. So what we're saying is, if you join with $110, excluding that 10%, you can earn up to $1,350 approximately. Know that you must choose to either buy or sell manually, or set the system to auto buy and auto sell for you. By default, buying is set to auto buy and selling is set to manual buy. So you might want to go into the system and change all that, but that's up to you. Okay, you can have multiple packages, as we said. In fact, it's recommended you do. You can immediately open up 2, 3, 4 or more packages, or you can open them up over time. You may repurchase a new package if your maximum package lifetime earning has been reached. So let's say you join with a 3-star at $500 and it expires because it's reached the maximum ADM. You take your profit and you can open up another 3-star or another 4-star or another 5-star or another 6-star with that profit. And that way, each time, so let's say you're opening up a 6-star next because you've made so much profit, and you open up a 6-star, this 6-star will now earn up to 17.5 times more. These are some examples of potential earnings. They're calculated at the standard rate of 30 cents per ADM. And don't forget, the range is between 20 and 40 cents. So we're taking an average of 30 cents here to see how much you could earn. So let's say a 1-star achieves the 5,000 limit. And don't forget, you opened up your 1-star with $110. Now this $5,000 at 30 cents has a market value of $1,500 and a net worth of $1,350. That's 13.5 times approximately your initial package value. Okay, this is just how much it would be in yen. It's just a conversion, so you can ignore that. And as I said, your initial investment was $110. So if you deduct $1,500 from the $100, ignore the 10, you will get $1,350, which is its net worth. That's your profit, basically. Okay, and same for all. So you can have a quick glance at that and see how much you will actually earn, depending on the level you come into and depending on when you're actually going to sell. You can sell anywhere from 20 cents to 40 cents on the system. Here's a quick example of how the multipliers, the split multipliers work. So let's say you're a 6-star and you've come in with $5,000. You get 60% of that $5,000 goes to your platform. And let's say you're buying at 20 cents, therefore $3,000 divided by 0.20, you'll get 15,000 ADM. Now let's say after a few months or maybe a month or two, there's a split multiplier by 1.5. That's 1,500 times 1.5, you get 22,500 ADM, and then maybe a second split, which might be by 2, and you'll get 45,000, a third split maybe by 1.8, and you get 81,000. If the ADM is at 20 cents, the market value, which you started off originally with $5,000, is now worth $16,000. And the market value at 30 cents, if you sell your ADM at 30 cents, would be $24,000. So that's a pretty handsome income here. Anyway, so the multiplier, this I have to emphasize here, the multiplier, the split, how much the split is going to be, varies. Because as we said, it's market performance based. Okay, it's not fixed by the company. It will vary. So it could be 2, it could be less, it could be more. We cannot tell you, the company cannot tell you, nobody can tell you that is going to be a fixed amount or how much is going to be. That calculation is at the company's discretion based on their books, their performance books, profits and losses, etc. Okay, so bear that in mind. Same thing for the ticks, by the way. A tick is the price increase. So as we said, it starts at 0.20 and goes up at 0.40. A tick could be anything from 0.001 cent to 1 cent or more or less. Okay, so that isn't fixed either, because that is also based on performance. This is what I was saying here. Multiplier may vary depending on company performance. Tick adjustment may vary depending on company performance and can be between 0.001 to 0.005, even at 1 cent it could be here, although it's probably very rare that that will happen. But since it's performance based, it might. Who knows? Timescales may vary depending on company performance. A multiplier, a split in other words, occurs when the ADM reaches approximately 40 cents. Again, this is not fixed in stone. It might be more, it might be less, but the company does try to keep it at 40 cents. Company performance means the overall growth, expansion, and profitability of the entire company, included but not limited to Yoluda, Alisen ADM, which is the platform, Alisen, which is the whole company, Jingmao VIP, which is their shopping malls, and the joint ventures, which I'm not mentioning in this, but they do have a little bit of influence on profitability and therefore performance. Okay, and also any future-owned company assets. The company has some pretty big plans. They want to go into aviation, and they also want to go into agriculture technology. They're already setting up some businesses in those two areas. So if and when those happen, those are going to be part of this whole profitability of the company and the performance, and you will gain profits from that. Now let's talk a little bit about the platform. I like the platform very much because it's a very modern and easy to use platform. I was pleasantly surprised at how easy it is actually. As I said, there's an auto buy and auto sell feature of the ADM, which is a breath of fresh air really. You can sell your cash coins or change to ADM. Cash coin is where your bonuses come into. You can sell that on the platform and you get paid in Bitcoin. Basically by saying sell, I mean withdrawing. Or you can change them to ADM. That's up to you. So there's multiple ways of using these cash coins, your bonuses. Company buyback cash coin if not sold within 10 working days, and this is extremely important. If you want to withdraw, as I said, you'll put them onto the platform, sell these cash coin which are useful to other members, and you will get paid in Bitcoin or Litecoin. If for some reason the cash coin is not sold, then the company will buy them from you and pay you in Bitcoin or Litecoin. Okay, so this is extremely important because it guarantees a payout for you. There are more options, more withdrawal options on the way, but right now, as I mentioned earlier, and I really would suggest you stick to this, Bitcoin or Litecoin is the way. Optionally, buy products with your ADM from Jingmao VIP. So you can exchange your ADM for products on Jingmao VIP. If for some reason you don't need the money or don't want the money, you can just buy a product. So if you like their watch, just go ahead, order it, and they'll ship it over to you, and pay them in ADM rather than in cash. Okay. Optionally, exchange the ADM for company shares. As I said earlier, if they list in 2018, we're entitled to company shares and will become true owners of the company. This is quite important and powerful in itself because, as you know, something which is in pre-IPO and then lists has the potential of increasing profits by many times. I'm talking about Facebook, Google, many others, Alibaba, where people literally became millionaires overnight just because they had some shares. So imagine if you buy a share today at one share with Alisen today at maybe 30 cents. Imagine if that becomes $10 per share or $20 per share. That's a lot of profits to be made from there. Okay. Um, Alisen gives you access to 5 business opportunities in one, as we mentioned before. So you can choose the passive way, you can sell their products, introduce members, become a shareholder, so on. Okay, tick increases and multipliers based on business performance, non-membership growth, and it's got excellent earning potential. I'm going to conclude because this has gone on much longer than I wanted to, but I want to show you some of our own team features. We've created a website called stoppunctures.com, and it's not actually owned by Alisen. It's a group effort, our team effort. It's not owned by anybody really, but it's a way for you to learn things about Alisen and Yoluda and all the other products and services they offer. Within the back end, you've got tutorials, you've got a knowledge base. There's quite a lot of functions. On the front end, you have capture pages, lead capture pages. So if you intend to go into sponsoring, you can choose one of these landing pages, and there'll be more. So this landing page here has a video right on the front end, and there's a form at the bottom for people to leave their details. This one has some simple terminology of what the business is all about, and this one is a little bit more technical. There'll probably be others. You can choose which one you want, and test maybe which one works best for you. You will receive the leads, you close the deal, you get the profit. Okay, you get the bonus, the sponsoring bonuses, and you'll place them in the system. There's also some marketing material, and this, for example, here is an advertorial, which I find quite powerful most of the time. There'll be more advertorials here, so some information about what Alisen is and why the advantage of it, photo gallery, and again the form, which you'll receive the leads for. There's a number of banners on the system which you can pick up and use on the wherever advertising platforms, rev shares, whatever you do. You can just pick them up. This is for Facebook, for example. This one is used on things like Likes Excel, etc. There's a lot of different kinds of banners here you can just pick up. I think we've come to the end of this. Let's just summarize what we've read, just to remind you a little bit. So Alisen is a real bricks and mortar business. It's been in business for 11 years. Something which is very hard to come by nowadays. So I think that is a great testimonial for this business. It's not going anywhere. They have real assets. They've got real buildings. They've got real product. They have a very good reputation, which they don't want to tarnish in any way. And I think just those things are a guarantee that this company is here to stay, and it's not really going anywhere. Okay. The products are patent protected, they're SGS certified, and they're insured. Their website is easy to use and modern. There's 5 ways for you to earn. It's a performance-based business, very, very important. The company owns multiple businesses and joint ventures. It's not just about puncture proofing. There's multiple businesses and joint ventures, and there'll be more businesses in the future. So all in all this offers you a great earning potential, and it's a long-term business. I think once you join this, you'll be very hard pressed to come by something as good as this, and also you won't really want to look for something else, because this is a real thing. This is a real business which is going to last a long time. So guys, thank you very much for listening. I hope I didn't bore you, but I know presentation isn't always exactly the best, most entertaining way of learning things, but this was important because it goes into the nitty-gritty of the business. Remember that this is a real business to partner with, and I sure hope to see you all along. Thank you very much.